Hey, what's going on everyone? In this video, I'm doing a comparison of the first generation Nexus 7 tablet, which released in July of 2012, I believe. This was designed by Asus and Google together. And comparing it up against the second generation Nexus 7, which released just last month in July of 2013, which was also designed by Asus and Google. In this video, I'm just going to be referencing them by their year. So the 2012 edition, I'll just be saying 2012. The 2013 edition, I'll just be saying 2013. It's just easier because they're both called Nexus 7, alright? So I'm just going to be referencing their year edition instead. Also, if you want to see stuff like a gaming demo performed on the tablet, or perhaps maybe you want to see how to unlock the bootloader for the second edition or the first edition, whatever. All that stuff, including their in-depth review in exact details like the processor type, the exact measurements of each tablet, those will be included in separate videos in the description below. Just expand the description below and then you'll find links to separate videos. I'm not going to go through all that stuff in this video because it'll make this video almost like an hour long. And so in this video, I'm just going to be doing a very general comparison breakdown, okay? So let's start with the basics. As for the size, the 2013 edition is slightly longer. I don't know if you guys can see right over there, just by a couple of millimeters it's slightly longer. However, the 2012 edition is slightly wider. You can actually see the gray part sticking out here at the edges. So the 2012 edition is slightly wider, whereas the 2013 edition is slightly longer. In terms of weight, however, holding both of them, I can notice that the 2012 edition is slightly heavier. Not by a drastic amount, but you can indeed tell the difference that the 2013 edition is a bit lighter. Unfortunately, for some strange reason, for today's day and age and technology, the bezel on the bottom and the top on the 2013 edition is still very thick, especially considering devices like the Xperia ZL or Galaxy S4 has very thin bezel. It's still pretty thick on the top and the bottom for some bizarre reason, but you know what, it's still a solid tablet, so it's all good. So one very important detail is of course screen clarity. So here at the bottom I have the 2012 edition, and here at the top I have the 2013 edition. Now the 2012 edition has a 720p HD screen, whereas the 2013 edition has a 1080p HD screen. I want to make sure one thing you guys are aware of, it's very important to know. Despite you guys maybe watching this video in 1080p on YouTube, you will not get the full potential of either this screen or this screen, and here's why. YouTube has a tendency to compress and lower the quality of videos by a huge amount. That's just the way the YouTube system is. There's nothing I can do about it. So you guys will not see the full clarity of this screen and even this 720p HD screen. Believe me, it's going to look a little bit grainy than it actually is. So it's one of those things you have to really see in person if you really want to get an, if you want to see it visually, a comparison of which screen is better. But let me just say this, what I've done is gone to the system settings of each tablet and I've adjusted the brightness to the exact same level, so both of them at the exact same brightness level, and I'm noticing that the 2013 edition screen is slightly brighter. So despite them being at the same brightness level, the 2013 edition is brighter. The pictures you guys are seeing, or also what I'm seeing, I've put pictures on both tablets, and the set of pictures I put on have a higher resolution than each screen does. So that basically means this: I'm getting the full potential of each screen right now by viewing these pictures. And I can notice that even though the 2012 edition is pretty sharp, it's a 720p HD screen, the 2013 edition is much better. Now, in terms of watching videos, this is kind of important for some people. Most videos, HD videos, play just fine on the 2012 edition. However, some movies like 1080p MKV movies that are like 11 gigs, they don't play that great on the 2012 edition, I've noticed in my experience. The 2013 edition plays most HD videos just fine. I've yet to experience a problem. So screen clarity overall, 2013 edition just kind of kills the 2012 edition. Now talking about RAM, the 2012 edition only has 1 gig of RAM, unfortunately, whereas the 2013 edition has 2 gigs of RAM, which also leads to the processor. The 2012 edition has a 1.2 gigahertz Tegra 3 quad-core processor, and the GPU is some sort of it's like basically based on the NVIDIA chip because, you know, NVIDIA made the processor, obviously they made the GPU. The 2013 edition, its processor is a Qualcomm Snapdragon S4 Pro at 1.5 gigahertz, and its GPU is an Adreno 320. So in terms of video game playing, I'm not going to do that for you guys in this video. I know so that might upset some of you, but again, it's going to make this video way too long and boring. In terms of video game playing, and general speed performance. I'm not going to do benchmarking because to me that's totally useless. I like practical testing and playing high intensive graphic games. So in terms of general speed performance, the 2013 edition is faster by a huge amount. When it comes to video game playing, 2013 edition kills it yet again. So the 2013 edition in terms of game playing and just general speed responsiveness is way better than the 2012 edition by a huge amount. Now let's talk about cameras. The 2012 edition only has a front-facing 1.2 megapixel camera here. There's no rear camera. And what's strange about this front-facing camera is if you choose to record a video, just, for whatever reason, when I used it and tested it out, its clarity is okay. And even for web chatting, it's alright. The strange thing is it has a lot of stuttering when recording a video, so it's not a smooth experience. Here's the thing about the 2013 edition. It actually has a rear camera at 5 megapixels, which records at 1080p at 30 frames per second, but no flash. You'll notice there's no flash present. It also has a 1.9 megapixel front-facing camera, and its experience is also bizarre for this reason. When I recorded a video with the front-facing camera, while recording, the picture clarity on the screen which I was seeing was pretty clear for a front-facing camera. Nothing great, but for a front-facing camera, it's decent, let's put it that way. The bizarre thing is, when I played that video back, the one I recorded with the front-facing camera, the quality was absolutely horrendous. For some reason, playing back a video recorded with this tablet, it's awful quality. But while it's being recorded, it shows it as being pretty good quality. As for the rear camera though, it's decent though. There's nothing wrong with the rear camera, so we'll leave it at that. So basically speaking, for front-facing cam experience, I might have to say that the 2012 edition is better for a front-facing camera. But for a rear camera, because the 2012 edition doesn't have one, the 2013 edition wins, obviously, because there's no competition. The 2012 edition has a slightly larger battery. Its battery is 4325 milliamps, lithium-ion, non-removable battery, whereas the 2013 edition has a 3950 milliamp lithium-ion, also non-removable battery. But from my experience, despite the battery in the 2013 edition being slightly smaller, I'm noticing that the battery lasting time is about the same. For just general usage, browsing the web, watching random YouTube videos, stuff like that, just, random usage, checking Facebook, they both average about 8 to 10 hours. So battery life, I would give it a tie. Both of them have Wi-Fi, GPS. For Wi-Fi specifically, they support ABGN. They both have Bluetooth. Both of them have an NFC chip inside. Now, I have been reading that the 2013 edition, some people have experienced GPS issues. I have not experienced that issue, so I'm going to have to be very unbiased. GPS issue myself, because I haven't experienced it, I can't say anything bad about it. Personally, my GPS, it works fine in my 2013 edition. There is one up the 2013 edition has, is that its micro USB port, you can just get a slim port adapter and hook it up, and it'll work just fine in your HDMI port. The 2012 edition hasn't been advertised to use that. I know some people have used USB on the go port. I think that required a lot of tweaking and modding, unfortunately, but let's just move on. Both of them come with 16 or 32 gigabytes internal memory. There's two models to choose from for each one. So you're going to choose 16 or 32 for this, or 16 or 32 gigabytes for this. And not only that, unfortunately, both of them do not come with a micro SD card slot, so you cannot expand the memory. Google just refuses to do it with their Nexus devices for some bizarre reason. So in terms of storage, it's an exact tie. Of course, both of them have an LTE model. I believe the 2013 edition, the LTE model is not released yet. It will be releasing shortly. As for the operating system, both of them have Android 4.3. Of course, the 2012 edition you have to update it manually. But yes, both of them have a Android 4.3 update, or system rather. And because they're both Nexus devices, they will be both getting Android updates very, very quickly. So in terms of operating system, it's a tie again. Now, I'm not going to go through the exact ports and buttons and where they're aligned and stuff like that. The only other difference I just want to show you guys is that the 2012 edition has dock connectors, whereas the 2013 edition has no dock connectors at all. The 2013 edition has an LED notification light that blinks down here. The 2012 edition has no LED notification light, which I was really disappointed about. Okay, so I just want to demonstrate one quick thing. Notice how long it's taking for the 2012 edition to open the keyboard. It just took way too long. Now, I have read from other people that they say with the 4.3 update for the 2012 edition, experiences like the lag keyboard opening is gone because 4.3 adds this, it's kind of like a software management type of thing called trim. But generally speaking, you saw that lag spike. The 2012 edition had nothing but lag spikes like crazy. Okay, so the 2012 edition actually has dual speakers in here. Someone has actually opened it up and confirmed there's actually 2 speakers inside at the rear. Whereas the 2013 edition has separate speaker grills. You'll notice there's 2 small ones down here and then another huge one up here. So what I'm going to do for you guys is a very, very quick speaker sample comparison test. I'm taking the exact same videos from my YouTube channel. I'm going to play them at the exact same spot, both of them on maximum volume, and you guys can judge which one is the better speakers. And I'll also tell you because I'm standing in front of it, because I can tell with my own ears. It's more for developers, but what we need to do is scroll down to the second post. Right here. You're going to download this RAR file, this RAR. It's more for developers, but what we need to do is scroll down to the second post. Right here. You're going to download this RAR file. Okay, so I didn't have to play too much of it, but I can certainly tell you that the 2013 edition has way better speakers. It's much louder by a huge amount. Okay, so it's time to break this down into the final little comparison details you guys might be curious about. If in terms of comfortability, it's kind of a tie, which might surprise you, and here's why. The 2012 edition has larger curved edges. Its curved edges are a lot wider. They come down a bit more. That's actually because the 2012 edition is thicker. So because it's thicker than the 2013 edition, it has more space for it to have a curved edges. So in that regard, it's actually very comfortable to hold. Now, don't get me wrong, the 2013 edition does have curved edges, but because it's thinner, the curved edges won't be as wide as the 2012 edition. But the reason it's a tie is because the 2013 edition is a lot lighter. So in terms of comfortability, which one's the best one to hold? It's a tie. If you were to ask me my personal best, which one I would recommend as the better tablet, this is my personal opinion, it's going to be the 2013 edition. It's $20 more from what I've seen on Google Play, but it's just a huge upgrade in almost every aspect compared to the 2012 edition. That was the whole point of releasing a new Nexus 7. It's just a direct upgrade. So that's my personal opinion. If you were to ask me for which one's the best value for money, well, like I said, there's a $20 difference between each in the base model, 16GB Wi-Fi model. I would recommend that you just spend the extra $20 and get the 2013 edition. I think it's a much better dollar value. You're getting an upgrade in almost every way. It's going to last you more years to come. So yeah. So that's just my comparison video of both the Nexus 7 devices from last year and this year. If you found this video useful, check out my website in the description below. Hit the like button, it does help. Subscribe, and thanks for watching.